Josh Byrne of the Bandits, welcome back. This is something I've been waiting to say for a long time. Bandit Land's been waiting to see you. Marty's excited. This is way long overdue. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
How has it been not playing box lacrosse for this long?
It's tough, man. Especially whenever you're trying to get back into things a little bit. The speed's just so much faster in box lacrosse. It takes you a little while to get used to it, but it's definitely a lot more fun.
Now, did you play field while COVID and the pandemic and the season was suspended? Did you keep busy playing field lacrosse?
Marty, he's a champion of the Premier Lacrosse League.
Okay, well, that's why I'm asking. I'm a Bandits fan, man. That's what I follow. And now I kind of went completely off the map for me. So, okay, Josh, tell me all about it because Duffer knows everything.
Yeah, we've actually had 2 seasons since we first stopped playing. The one Bandit season a couple of years ago. First one, we ended up losing in the championship. And then about a couple months ago in September, we ended up winning the PLL championship. So we've definitely been staying pretty busy. But yeah, champs, baby.
Wow, good. Okay. And now I feel good that I'm up to date. So Duffer, let's resume.
Well, the Chaos were essentially like the Bandits version of a field team, and it was amazing to watch. Where would you say your star status is higher, outdoor or indoor right now, Josh?
Ooh, I don't know about that. Personally, I love playing box lacrosse more, so I think my heart's more in the box lacrosse game. But I've been playing field for a while too now, and was fortunate enough to get an education out of Hofstra University. So I don't know, man. It's they're both really fun games, but I definitely love box, and I definitely miss Bandit Land.
Well, Marty, Dane led the playoffs in scoring in the PLL, and Josh was third. So it's no surprise that the Chaos would win the title, but. It's amazing to have watched your evolution as a player, both indoor and out. The Bandits roster, like every other team's roster over this period of time, has transformed significantly. Take us inside a little bit as far as the significance of the changes and who you're most excited to see play, especially on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I think our core group has been together for a long time, not only in the Bandits, but like you mentioned, I think there's about 4 or 5 of us that we're playing on the Chaos as well. So it's really good to kind of have that chemistry in both leagues. But also like bringing in some new guys like DeHoga, McCulley, Connor Fields, another guy who's just from the offensive side of things that we can kind of talk about. These guys are really skilled players. And they're really good additions to kind of add to the nucleus of our offense. And then on top of that, you look back on our defense, and you have guys like Robinson's on our team now, who's a SAS guy. He's unreal. Jordan Sturos. There's a bunch of different guys that are coming in, and they're going to be really good additions to our squad. I'm excited.
So Vegas is the latest team to be added to the league. Are they starting this season, or is it next year? Next season. Okay. Yeah. So let me ask you this then. I mean, you said you played, obviously you're a champs, field, box, all of that. My kid wants to play goalie field lacrosse. Should I tell him not to? Should I tell him to focus on box because at least in box you have equipment?
Do not let him play goalie in field lacrosse. It is a terrible idea. I mean, there are definitely guys who are very good at it, but they've got a couple screws loose. I would tell them to do the opposite of what my buddy Blaze Reardon does and try to play player. That's what I would say in the field game, man. Those guys are nuts.
So is it worse than when you guys play box? I know you guys got the rug burns and sometimes you toe plant into the boards and it's like crazy. So being a goalie in box lacrosse, at least you have the big gear, right? Yeah. Is it easy to play goalie in box lacrosse? Have you ever tried it?
I've tried it a couple times. It's definitely hard, but at least for the most part, if you're getting hit either in the elbow, like the shins, you're gonna be okay. Whereas in field, I think all you're wearing is a chest pad, and you're trying to get your stick to the ball, and if you're soaking one in the shin, like if I soak one in the shin field, I'm done for like 3 weeks. It's a wrap.
So Marty, Blaze Reardon was their MVP goaltender for Chaos, and he of course has played as a defense. What was his position with the Bandits?
He actually plays forward in box.
Yeah.
But then the flip side is you've got Matt Vance, star, one of the greatest NLO goaltenders of all time on the Bandits roster, and when he plays field, he plays out. So it's the complete reversal. And obviously you're saying that Matt is the wiser of the two.
Yeah, he's smarter. I definitely think Blaze is a couple screws loose. I don't know what's going on in that guy's head, but hey, he's the best in the world at what he does. My advice to your kid would be do whatever he loves to do. If he wants to jump in the net and he's got some goings on him, go for it.
He's a hockey goalie and his buddies all play, and he's a senior in high school. And he's like, I just want to play lacrosse 1 year. I'm like, go for it. He goes, they need a goalie, I think. I'm like that now. I'm like the parents that are like concerned, right? I'm like, it's gonna be tough. But let me ask you this. So did you do any preparation for the box season? Because field is different sticks, different strategy, different way to play the game. So how is the adjustment now or the preparation to go into a box lacrosse season with the Bandits?
Yeah, you definitely have to take your training to a different level. It's just for one, it's just the kind of shape that you have to be in for the box game is so different. It's a lot more intense, a lot more high intensity stuff. Whereas the field, you're kind of trying to, it's more of a marathon, not a sprint. So yeah, you definitely have to change up your workout routine. And then on top of that, just getting back into a box where you really got to focus on shooting at smaller targets, just because the goalies are so much bigger, the nets are smaller. It's a lot more difficult to score, so you have to be a lot more accurate with your shot. You don't necessarily have to use as much power as you do in field.
So we've got Panther City Lacrosse this year, just outside of Dallas and Fort Worth. We've got Albany, which moved from New England. We've got the Toronto Rock, now based in Hamilton. We mentioned Vegas coming in next year. San Diego's already been a recent new addition.
Yep.
I'm going to make you the face of the game for a minute here, Josh. Tell us what you think of the changes and the growth and the significance of being on ESPN/ESPN Plus now moving forward as a league.
Personally, I love it. I mean, I think this game is it's so special, and it's almost a niche sport right now. And I think the people that have gone to games, they've seen the game being played, every single person loves it. There's not one person that comes to a game and leaves and is like, it was okay. Not like every single person that comes to a game loves Bandits games and loves NLL games and just in general. So the more eyeballs that we can get in the sport, the better it's going to be, the faster it's going to grow. So having it on a television show like ESPN, it's huge. It's massive for our sport. I know every single person in this sport wants it to grow, and I couldn't be more excited to be a part of it. Which
is your favorite chant that the fans at the KeyBank Center do during the Bandits game? Do you have a favorite one?
There's a couple. Obviously, the BOX one's the famous one.
Yeah.
I love that one, but it's probably the Buffalo What chant that I love the most, especially because we usually do a school program here, and we go and run assemblies, and I'm usually the guy that gets to yell out Buffalo What and get all sorry, somebody just pulled up on me real quick.
Somebody wanted an autograph, probably.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the Buffalo What one is definitely my favorite chant.
Well, Swenny's an institution in the building for creating moments like that as well. Josh, Can't wait to see you in Bandit Land, and good luck tomorrow. And obviously all the best in this season, which is so exciting on so many levels for the Bandits and for the National Lacrosse League. We'll see you soon.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, guys.
There's a look at the schedule. It begins with Calgary tomorrow at KeyBank Center. Tickets available at bandits.com.